to another YouTube video that you didn't ask for. So, for today's video, as you can tell from the title, we're doing a makeup video where I test out viral TikTok hacks. Wow, that idea is so original. Not like 1,000 other YouTubers have already done it. I know, this idea has been done so many times that it's pretty much in the grave already. But still, I wanted to film a video of me testing out hacks from TikTok and see if they work. They probably do, as others have done it before. But I want to see how it goes on me. Yeah, so pretty much without further ado, let's get right into the video. I'm terrified. So for brows, I found this video that gives you a tutorial on how to do straight brows. I'll show you a short clip. It's pretty straightforward. All you gotta do is pull that out and don't do a tail. Let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ash Brown. You can see it's a little bit oily. What I did is I put a little bit of Tarte Morjuka oil in there to make it a little bit slicker because it was quite dry. So what I did is, because I already have kind of a tail and I don't want to shave it off, I don't draw it on there. I just drew from the top. That doesn't make sense. I draw from the top. Okay. No. So they look fucked, but in the video she does carve them out, so they start to look a little bit more straight. I mean, she already has pretty naturally straight brows, so that's a genetic thing, or that she shaved them off, and I don't. So this is, I think, a good way to do it if you don't want to go a step too far and shave it off. And I think carving them that way has a pretty big effect on how it's going to turn out. So let's carve our brows. So to carve my brows, I like to mix Shape Tape and this L'Oreal True Match in the shade Satin. What shade is this? Nude Ivory. This is very, very light. As you can see, well, it kind of match, but it's very light, not my color. And I do this because I like a super light highlighted area around the brows. So looking at that video, I'm going to look at how she carved them out. And I see that she used an angled brush to carve them out, so I'm going to be using this. So I like to use a light concealer and a light foundation to carve down below, but because up there I want to use my usual Marc Jacobs foundation because this is more my shade. And then before we blend it out, I like to go in with the brow gel. I got a new one from Benefit called the Gimme Brow, and just comb it over the hairs once more before I blend out everything. Use a beauty blender, wet it with some setting spray. This is from Morphe. And blend that out. And yeah, so it's not super straight, but it is straighter than my usual brow. Gives my face more of a kind of look. Now, let's go on straight to foundation, and it's that famous foundation hack, you know it, the one that went super viral.
If you wear makeup, watch. Change your whole routine and try this instead. Moisturize first. Then after moisturizing, take some translucent powder. I usually use the Fit Me one, and I just lightly dab it all over my face. Not too much. Then take some setting spray. It could be any setting spray. I usually use the NYX one. After the setting spray, take a primer and just put your primer. Also, wait for the setting spray to dry first. Then just put on your foundation and just see what happens and how amazing your fucking makeup is gonna look. And it's gonna stay on 24/7 and it's not gonna crease.
I have the Cetaphil moisturizer. That's what I usually use. Apparently this is a makeup trick that celebrity makeup artists have passed on this secret for ages, and I heard that Jackie Aina has also done this before. So I'm actually super excited to see how this is gonna go. You guys know I have done something similar to this before, but instead of moisturizer, I use oil. But this is meant for oily skin, which is really good for me because I have combo oily skin, leaning more towards the oily side. So kind of curious to see how this will look. So for powder, I'm gonna be using the Makeup Revolution baking powder. Not too much, like she said, just a little bit. Like that, and I'm going to use a big fluffy brush like this one and just tap it all over my face, just kind of like a little bit. Okay, so once I finish putting on the powder, it's time for setting spray. I'm going to be using the Morphe Luminous setting spray. Honestly, out of all the setting sprays that Morphe created, this one's the best smelling one. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to get my primer. For primer, you've seen me use this plenty of times on camera. I'm using the Skin Love by Becca Brighten and Blur Primer. I'm going to put this all over my pores. Okay. And I'm going to put on my foundation, which I use the Marc Jacobs in the shade Medium Beige 34. Only put a little bit, because it's quite a heavy foundation. Shit, am I almost out? Shit. Well, it's pretty good, because used this for almost, I think, since October. That's crazy that I'm almost out. I want to really try the Hourglass foundation, because I heard a lot about that. My skin has been really good, so the area that I really need coverage on is just like my nose, which has a lot of redness and generally where most of my problems happen. Okay, so next up is concealer, and I'm going to be looking at this video from, I believe, who is she? Sorry. Yeah, this video from Nat Matar, and it's to use concealer to lift, which I'm always into because I'm hoping for a more lifted look. Like, when she shows the difference between both sides, I can see the difference it makes. So let's try that. So she kind of puts it like this, and then like this, down her nose, like the bridge here, and up her like lip, like, and that's pretty much the area she put it in. Try and blend it out and see if we make a difference. I guess I kind of see it. Whoa, like that looks a little bit more, I don't know, pulled up. Not bad. Okay, let's do that to the other side. So for nose contour though, I do like to add a little bit of a line here and let that dry. Apparently you just said all that. So using the same Makeup Revolution powder and a small little brush like this, we're gonna go set that. I can actually see a difference, and that's crazy to me. Okay, so now let's go into nose contour and contour. So the video that I choose to use for my nose contour is by T-Chai.
So right now I'm using the Anastasia contour palette, and I usually use the Fenty bronzer, but I'm going to use this one today.
Okay, so let's stop right there, and I'm going to blend that out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this brush and my Becca palette, be a light, and looking at the shade that she's using, I'm gonna dip into this and I'm gonna run it down my face, my nose. So she said to make a circle at the tip of your nose. Let's do that. So okay, got the circle going. So now let's try to make a V. Oh, okay, that's kind of a V. I mean, it looks like quite close to hers. Okay, so let me blend all that into my foundation. Blend it to the sides. Oh shit, she's skinny. So now she said what she does is she takes some powder. I'm going to use the same Makeup Revolution one that you saw me use. And she kind of pretty much used this side of her beauty blender and just come up the sides like that. Oh my god. I look crazy, but okay. So we're gonna let that sit for a bit, and sitting for a while. And then what she does is she presses it in while also kind of brushing it off. So let's do that. Wow, this is straight up giving me a new nose. Like, bitch. Okay, so next up what she does is that she used a little bit of blush. And I'm going to use the blush from this Becca palette and just dip into that a little bit and just kind of put a little bit of color on the tip of my nose, like the video said. And that's nose contour. Holy shit. She's
2,000 years later.
Contoured. And then for face contour, I'm going to be doing this video by Camila Brav 0.
Let me show you how to contour your face with powder without looking patchy. First, you must set your face with powder. Now, using a sponge and a little bit of translucent powder, draw a line from the middle of the ear as you guide all the way to the corner of your mouth. Now,
okay, so she says to powder your whole face. I haven't done that. I just powdered the area where I put concealer. So I'm gonna quickly do that by using this big brush and some powder, and then just going all over my face. I just can't stop looking at my nose contour. Like, what the hell? Then she said to use translucent powder to carve out smile lines, just to give it a guide. Okay, so now she said use a light bronzer to kind of use a fluffy brush and kind of put it all over like an all over bronzer. So.
And don't forget to bring it up to the forehead and down to your jawline. Now I'm going to grab a slightly darker shade of bronzer. And with this fluffy fan brush, I am going to create a little bit more definition.
So, pretty straightforward. Using a darker color in this palette, just defining it in that bronzer and bring it up as well. And then blend everything out with a big fluffy brush that I just used. And just say, I look so seamless. And that's pretty much it for contour. And now let's move on to eyes. So for the eyes, I'm going to be doing this Foxy Eyes tutorial by Michelle Avilés. And it's basically this one. What she first does is she put on lashes, so we're going to do exactly that. I'm going to be using these lashes by Lash Doll in the style Angelica. Honestly, these lashes are the fucking goat. They're so good, and I love them. My friend makes them, and the owner Sharon, she's so lovely. Honestly, this is not a sponsored post. Why the fuck would you sponsor me? But these lashes are so good, and they're kind of appropriate for this look because they're really cat-like. That's how they look like. So in the video, you can see her chopping it in half, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to cut them, though, because they are a little long for me. And then in the video, you can see her putting the lashes a little bit to the top because that's how Foxy Eyes work. So I'm going to do exactly that. I use my Duo Lash Glue. You can see how I kind of put it up like that, giving it a little bit of space, while simultaneously putting it like this, giving me a more doll-like look. And let's do the same for the other side. That's the lashes. So as we can see, she kind of draw a liner in the space over there and draw out a wing. So we're going to do that. This is from Tarte. And after that, she used liner and elongate the front of her eye. So we're going to do exactly just that. And that's the liner. And then she put some bronzer in the crease and shimmer in the lids. That's pretty easy. The same Becca palette into the darker shade. And after that, I'm going to use this shade right here. This is from NARS. And I put it all over my lid. And that's it. Then now, we're going to use blush. And I'm going to be using this trick where basically you use lip gloss and blush together. So mix your blush with some lip gloss. So for that, I'm going to be using liquid blush from Maybelline. You've seen me use this before. Put that on my hand. Marc Jacobs in the shade French Tickle. So let's make that all together. Ooh. Use a clean beauty blender. Balance that in. Ooh. Okay. This is from Milk Makeup, so can see like a very natural pigment onto it. I can't get over the eyes. Like, I'm obsessed. Once we got the blush on, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do lips. So I'm using this tutorial from Aliza. It's pretty simple. What she does is she put lip balm, and I'm using the Mecca Cosmetica lip balm. She doesn't do this, but I feel like I want to because this is just, it just feels wrong to not put any like lip liner. So I'm gonna be using this lip liner in the shade Light Brown by Sephora. Trace that. Once we got the lip liner on, I'm going to be going in with a new shade from Huda Beauty that I just got from the Blush Nude collection. And this is the shade Venus. So let's put that on. Smells so good. Oh, we stand. It's so nude that I love it. And then what she does is she conceals her lips. So I'm going to go in with the NARS concealer in Round Glaze. You've seen me use this quite a few times now. Wow, that actually does make my lip look bigger and more defined. And then next thing she does is she goes in with clear gloss, and I'm gonna go back and use the same Marc Jacobs lip gloss. Now this isn't clear, but it is pretty close to it. So, and that's it. So let's put on some setting spray, and that's pretty much the end of our look. Okay, the lighting's kind of bad, but whatever. My nose is running like crazy, but oh my god. Anyway, I am in love with this makeup look. Honestly, like, it's probably one of my favorite I've ever done. I look so different. I think what I would definitely take away from this video in terms of hacks is that concealer trick. That concealer trick and the nose contour, light changing. So would definitely be using that in my usual makeup routine moving on forward. But nonetheless, guys, hope you guys like this video. We've reached the end. Comment, like, subscribe, click the notification bell for more, and I'll see you guys next time.